All right, thank you, Ross. Well, we're excited about our start and being 2-0. Can't be better than 2-0. So excited about that. Got a lot of improving to do as a team. Done some good things as a team. Done some good things individually. Done some bad things as a team and bad things individually. So a little bit of everything. First two games, but name of the game is winning, and we've been able to get that done. So. Excited about another game here at home, a night game. That's going to be a lot of fun. This is a good team. This will be a big challenge for us this week. This is a team that's got some dudes. All right, they got 17 starters back, across the board, mixture of offense, defense, and in the kicking game. And they got 24 transfers. So got a bunch of guys, bunch of new people. Obviously, a new coach, Coach Cumby, coming in, and with the scheme that they run with the air raid and a lot of different, variations of that. And then the defensive coordinator, he brought some players with him from Stephen F. Austin. So they got some good experience across the board. Offensively, their offense, very experienced up front. I think, we got guys that have played a lot of football. I mean, even the one kid that transferred in from Memphis, he's played a lot of football. It's an experienced, tough group. Got two quarterbacks who've played in both these games. So started one guy against Missouri, ended up going to 17. He came in and then led them against Stephen F. Austin last week in a big win. And really the Missouri game was a really good game. They just had some really critical turnovers, pick six, and kind of got away. But it was a very competitive game. If you take those turnovers away, I think defensively, I thought La Tech really held up well. Just again, the score kind of got away with the turnovers there. But I think again they got some guys, man, two good backs that are really good runners and an excellent skill. And again, this is an air raid offense, so they're going to throw it all over the place. They got two guys that are. They're not very big, but they are quick and twitchy and can fly. So 85 as a freshman, he went for a couple touchdowns against Missouri, got behind the defense a couple times. Then the Smoke Harris, number 6, he's like 5'6", and he's a dang water bug. He can go, man. Also a great returner. So just a good group across the board. With a lot of experience and a good scheme to go with it. Defensively, same thing. They've got some all-conference guys returning, starting with one of their safeties there, BJ. I mean, he's an excellent player at number 4. Two corners came in from with the D coordinator, and they're long, they're tough, they're competitive, they challenge you, they play a lot of man coverage. So this will be a good challenge for our guys. I love their middle linebacker. I think he is a really good football player. He's an all-conference type player for them as well. He's played a ton of ball, but he's one of those guys that you want on your team, man. Just finds the ball, makes plays, and then they don't have a lot of depth up front, but they're a 4-man front, and they've got about 6 guys that can flat out get after you. So it's a good group. And active, twitchy, and again, a lot of man-to-man. They play on the balls of their feet. They ain't on their heels. They challenge you. So it'll be a really a good challenge for us, in a tough battle, and we got to play better. We'll have to play better to find a way to win this game. That's for sure. But we're excited about it. Again, night game. It's going to be fun with, having the experience of kind of the new setting, if you will, and we need a great crowd. We need a great crowd. We need to make sure that we don't take for granted how hard it is to win. All right, it's hard to win, and we need a great crowd that shows up ready and doesn't lose sight of that. I know we've won a bunch of games at home, a bunch of games, and we beat a lot of people. But man, our environment is one of the main reasons. So man, let's show up and let's have a unbelievable environment and get behind these guys, and we're gonna get our guys on this end to show up and be ready to go as well. So look forward to that. Also had the opportunity to go to Doc Hoover's funeral yesterday, and it was a beautiful service. Just thought that, his son did a great job of just eulogizing him and remembering him. He truly is a legend, and just a great man that I'm thankful I had the opportunity to know, and just the impact that he had on Clemson and his love for Clemson. And then I hope everyone will continue to keep the Brzee family in your thoughts and prayers as they are in a really, tough place right now. And so just continue to lift them up and remember them. And with that, I'll take your questions.
I know that it's always, you play Clemson and all that, but is it easier to keep guys' attention when you see Texas A&M get beat? You talk about how hard it is to win. Texas A&M gets beat at home. And
Absolutely.
Notre Dame gets beat at home by Marshall. There's upsets everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. You're dealing with young people. These are 17 to 22-year-olds, right? And, they get told how great they are. That's what I hate about the recruiting process and all the rankings and all that mess. You got to play the game. This game's never been played on paper. We wouldn't be who we are right now if it was all about that, right? So it's you got to play and you got to show up and you got to compete. You got to play with, yeah. To answer your question, it helps when the wise learn from others. So you look across the country and you see, and then also as fans, you get reminded, like, you can't take anybody for granted. And you look at the turnover margin, for example. I think Marshall was +3. That's a recipe for getting beat. App State was +3 in the margin. Next thing you know, tight game, you lose. Talent only gets you so far. It's talent is just a part of the equation.
Will Brian play this week?
Not sure right now. If he'll play if he wants to play, but he's got more important things that he needs to focus on right now than football. A lot more important things than the game of football for that young man right now.
Tyler and XT, what their statuses?
They're close. They're doing good. XT's really close. We're just kind of taking it day by day. He's right there. Probably be game time decision on him. Probably the same thing with Tyler. He's doing great. If he's not quite 100%, I'm going to hold him. But he's close. He's doing good.
What was your reaction to Sergio entering the portal?
There's really not much of a reaction. 2022. Great kid. Love him. Wish him well.
What are some of the areas you'll be looking for in practice this week as far as the defense goes and seeing some
Well,
things
we
get
just
better
got to
there?
show up ready to play. I just disappointed in our effort. I didn't think we played relentless. Too many easy. And listen, everybody makes a lot about completion. There's a lot of completions at the line of scrimmage. There's a lot of screens. There's a lot of people aren't stupid. They're not going to sit there and hold the ball. And we haven't given up a lot of big plays. Name the game's points. If we average we average in 11. We give up 11 points a game, we're going to win the whole dang thing. We're doing a good job in a lot of areas, but I didn't like the juice they played with. And again, there's a short week, crazy week, very base, playing with some unknowns, and then you got to give Furman some credit. Those kids played harder than we did, played tougher than we did. And executed their plan better than we did. So just got to get off field on third down. We were 2 of 16 on Monday Night Football, right? And a few days later, we can't get off field on third down. So guys weren't ready to play, period. And so you got to show up, and that's the number one thing, and that's on me to make sure that happens. But just disappointed in our effort, disappointed in we didn't have a player of the game, disappointed in how we competed. So that's where it starts. Do your job with relentless effort, period. You do that, good stuff will happen.
You ever
And then offensively, just finish. I mean, we're really close on offense. I mean, I'm encouraged. We went 9 out of 11 drive scores, and I loved how we started. We didn't compliment each other. I mean, that's 2 weeks in a row. And again, good teams can compensate. Great teams play complementary football, and we're not a great team yet. Not anywhere close to it, but we're working. I don't know if there's many great teams out there right now, but we that's good that we can pick each other up. Georgia Tech defense set the tone, offense was slow, and then all of a sudden, bam, here we go. We put some complementary football together in that second half, and it was beautiful. And then all of a sudden you come in now, offense, we're right out of the gate, score, and defense can't get off the field. So we got to put it all together for 4 quarters. But offensively, man, I'm very encouraged. 24 drives, we've scored in 12 of them, and then as I evaluate, okay, are we putting them in position to be successful? We had 9 other drives that if we just don't lose to Clemson, we're going to walk away with some points, either a kick or a touchdown, and these are very, very basic things. It's ball security, it's penalties, it's basic execution. So the encouraging thing is we're attacking, we're putting them in position to be successful, and confidence at quarterback. I mean, DJ's really playing with a lot of poise. I thought he took another step. All the backs. I mean, we got to get better in the passing game. I think we've been able to do that. You're not going to – I know we're going to be able to run the ball, and we've been efficient. We got to get better. But I think every back was over 5 yards a carry, and Shipley was about 7 yards a carry, and we got to be more efficient there, continue to do better. But you can't win at the highest level if you can't throw the ball. You just can't. You got to have a great passing game. And, I know what that looks like the higher you get up that mountain. And you will not win in college football if you can't make plays in the passing game. And you just can't. And so, I am pleased with the progress we've made. We're still developing at receiver. And you look at our group, I mean, I'm encouraged. There's some plays that we need to finish on that have been there that all of a sudden it's, now you're 40-something points a game and you're 450 yards. I mean, it's a different deal. But we're doing some good things. We really are. Really good on third down. 2 things we need to improve. 3 things. We're going to take care of the ball better, third down, and our passing game. And we're doing a great job on third down in 2 games. We're doing a really solid job in the passing game. We made good improvements there. Disappointed in the 2 turnovers that we've had offensively. Neither one should have happened, and both cost us opportunities for points. So those are things we got to keep working at. And again, you're playing your way through, real live games now, and we're learning about our team, and so you need to take another step this week for sure. Doing some good things in the kicking game. Obviously, we had a big miscue there on I told Will this ain't baseball, right? Like we don't get to dive for the punt return catch and get an out or get points, right? Like we don't. If we can't get under it, we don't make that play. It's our ball, right? If nobody touches it, it's our ball. Love his effort, but just a bad decision right there, and he'll learn from that. But we're doing some good stuff. But no, we're a work in progress for sure. And this will be a really tough challenge for us Saturday night that I'm looking forward to, seeing how they respond.
The receivers, how do you? This may be a 3-part question. How do you move some of those older guys through the non-ball?
Yeah.
And then do you expect Antonio to play more of a role?
We don't really have older guys. I was talking about that last night. Like, everybody thinks we got all these older, experienced receivers. Who are they? We have one guy in Ngata, and how much football has he played? He played as a freshman, and in 20, he didn't play. And then last year, how many games did he play in? And then he was out again. So it's not like he's T. Higgins on his 3rd year here. And he's had all this experience. He's the older guy, but he doesn't have a lot of experience. I mean, so he's working his way, and he's done good. I mean, he made some nice plays. We should have had him on. We got the PI, and that was one of the throws DJ'd like to have back. We got the PI, but he didn't think we had the end picked up, but we did, and he kind of rushed the throw. But Spector, I mean, how much football's he played? I mean, he redshirted. His redshirt freshman year, he's out, and then last year he couldn't even walk up the steps. So, I mean, like, he's played 2 games since the first few games as a redshirt freshman, and he's just learning. Bo Collins is a true sophomore. He played last year as a freshman, ended up having to start for us. He's a great player in the making, but he doesn't have a lot of experience. Dakari Collins really shouldn't have played last year, but he had to play. And not only did he have to play, he ended up having to start some games for us. And he wasn't ready for that, but that's where we were. He's a true sophomore. He's not some old, experienced guy. Antonio's a true freshman. So they're really kind of all right there in that same group. Adam is a true freshman who we're getting back this week, and excited about that. So, I mean, we don't have any old guys we don't have these old, proven, established receivers at this point. Hopefully next year we will have that as we go through the course of the season. So we're just I think we're really talented, and we're just really young and inexperienced. And every single week we're building on it. But I do love what I'm seeing out of Bo. It's great to see Ngata making a few plays. It's great to see Antonio be what we think he is. Spector making some plays. I mean, they're all doing some things. Dakari's gotten a couple PIs. He hadn't had much plays, but he's put some pressure on some people down the field a couple times. EJ is same thing. He had a good freshman year. And how much did he play last year? Out, surgery, and so he's and had a couple setbacks in camp, and I think his confidence isn't what it needs to be. He's an unbelievably talented guy, but kind of battling himself right now. So I love our guys, and I love our group. It's a really deep group, and y'all going to all look up in about 4 years from now, and you're going to, 5 years, and you're going to go, oh, cow, all them guys were at Clemson at one time. You will, but right now we're just it's just where we are developmentally. So they're doing some good stuff, but we don't have any older guys that have all this proven experience. We're trying to prove it, and that's just where we are. We're in the proving ground right now. So, but I love our guys, man, and I think we're doing some good stuff and a lot we can keep building on.
You talked about Georgia Tech game not being better at passing the ball, but also defending the pass. So, I mean, what have you seen in the first 2 weeks from the secondary?
Well, first week I thought we did a good job in a lot of areas, but I thought we were terrible Saturday. Now again, you're completing screens and you're throwing some. I thought we did a poor job on the slants, poor job playing leverage, poor job competing at the point of attack on some man coverage stuff. We turned a couple guys. Look, 2 of those screens you got man coverage and our guys blitzing instead of covering his man. So we gotta be more disciplined with doing our job assignment wise. But one game good, one game bad. So we got to get some consistency in that. Not giving up big plays, that's a positive. Name of the game is points, right? So we've been great in the red zone. We've been great on 4th down. 2 of 16 on 3rd down Monday night was outstanding. 10 of 18 the other night was poor, and that was a reflection of what was going on 1st and 2nd down, and just didn't do a good enough job of playing our technique and being disciplined. I think about everybody we had got beat inside. Just lost leverage. So a lot we can improve on from there. Yeah, just playing. I don't know anybody out there that's perfect. The NFL guys aren't perfect. I mean, everybody's just early in the season, and you're just not sometimes playing with. And again, we didn't show up defensively Saturday. I mean, they all stayed at the Hilton Garden Inn. So that's immaturity, lack of focus.